Hello, everybody. How are we this wonderful day? Well, I don't know. I was going to say morning, but you could be listening to this at night.
Nighttime, middle of the morning, first thing in the morning, last thing at night. The question, though, is how do you want to stop wasting your life in 3 easy steps? So if you don't feel that you're wasting your life right now and your life is just cranking, you are loving every area of your life right now, like your relationships, your family, your finances, your learning, your travel, your health and well-being, your mental and emotional well-being, you feel connected spiritually, and you're slaying it, you're crushing it. This isn't your podcast today, and we're not going to be offended if you bump it. But if you want to create your life by design and you want to have more fulfillment, more fun, more happiness, more adventure, you want to connect with different people, you want to align with the right people, maybe, just maybe, you're feeling a little bit stuck right now. And maybe you're in a situation where you're feeling a little bit unhappy or frustrated. Maybe you're lacking motivation and you need an extra push to help you create positive change in your life. Because sometimes, well, I'll talk about me, because, it's always about me. No, sometimes we don't actually even know what it is that we want. Well, that was the case for us when we first started doing this, isn't it? So if you want more out of life and you want to create your life by design, as opposed to feeling like you're on this life of roller coaster ride called life by default, then this is your podcast, because today we're going to teach you how to stop wasting your life in 3 easy steps. And guess what? It's the I. I just cut it down. I said, Sam, type that up on my little, what is this thing called, computer. Right? She'll bring that up when we need it at the end of it. And then we can just whiz through it today so that Ursh doesn't get distracted and she doesn't keep adding things in there. But we're only going to have 3 easy steps, and it's the I, and the I. So if you want to create your life by design, then you are in the right place. You are listening to the right podcast. You may want to grab a pen and a piece of paper, or if you've got a really good memory, you won't need it. Your choice.
All right. So basically what we're going to look at is, if you're unclear about what you want in your life, so what your goal is, then to take action to take any action and be happy is almost impossible. Doesn't that make sense? Because if you don't even know what you want.
We went deep real quick.
We did. I thought I was going to straight in there, man. But if you don't know what you want, how can you be happy? How is it even possible if you, because you don't even know if you're happy with what you got, because you didn't even want it.
Isn't that true? That's true, right? But let's have a look. Like, I'm going to get you to jump. So,
okay,
if we don't know what we want, we're going to feel frustrated. We're going to feel stuck. We're going to feel unmotivated. We're going to feel reactive. We're going to feel like everyone else is making progress and we're not. So, what are some of the benefits then of creating positive change?
All right.
So give us 3.
3 things. Okay.
Yep.
It'll improve your self-confidence.
Boom. That's what it'll do. It'll improve your self-confidence.
Which is like a follow-on of last week's.
And it was not even a confidence.
It
was like, whoosh. It will improve your confidence. Now, we spoke about that last week, so you know how important that is, right? You know that it's really, really important. So this is a good podcast for you.
Number 2, it's going to increase motivation and productivity.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Number 3,
you have the greatest overall satisfaction and happiness.
Did you get that word satisfaction? Did you get that word satisfaction? Did you get that? Right? So satisfaction is really important. So when you improve your self-confidence, right, this creates when you create personal positive change, you get to take control of your life and your future. And this can lead to your self-confidence and your self-esteem going through the roof. That's what happens. So as you prove to yourself that you have the ability to make positive changes in your life. How cool is that? That's just one of the benefits of creating positive change. So Sam spoke to you about increased motivation and productivity. Personal positive change often involves setting and achieving goals. So some people don't like to set goals. And look, I see you. I feel you. Not everyone wants to, but on the quiet and on the download, you can say that you do set goals, you just don't share them with some people, or you don't set goals because you don't want to set yourself up to fail. But we've done that before. So if you've missed that podcast, you need to go back to it, because this helps boost your motivation and productivity. If you know where you're going, then the universe will say, hey, Ursha's going in that direction. Give her all the information and all the tools and all the resources to make her get to where she wants to go. When you start to see progress towards your goals, you feel more energized and focused, which can help you achieve even more. Now, last week, I spoke to you about this, right? And I said, I'm going to go and do a triathlon. I'm going to change my story. I'm going to get rid of old limiting beliefs. Guess what? I did a triathlon. I didn't get fatigued. I had the same amount of energy the day that I had before. I just felt better. It boosted my motivation and it boosted my productivity, right? I started seeing progress. Wow, you can't stop this girl this week. She's out there doing lots of stuff. Like, she's just going doing crazy cool stuff. So it's important, right? Personal positive change can help you create a life that is more aligned with your values, goals, and priorities. This is where that greater overall satisfaction and happiness comes in. What else, Tim?
It'll lead to greater overall satisfaction and happiness, and make you feel more fulfilled and content with your life.
Oh, we like that.
Even better, right?
We want more of that. You may find that your relationships with others improve. So when you make positive change for yourself, how is your relationship with your significant other? How is your relationship with your children? How is your relationship with people at work? You don't need to tell me, because I know. Your vibe is your tribe. And when you're vibing with more fulfillment and you're content with life, you're bringing more of that shit in. And that's what you deserve, because that's what you desire. That's what you're here for. Life was not meant to be hard. Life is meant to be full of growth and love and abundance. So if we can get you vibrating at that frequency, oh girl, you better hold on, because it's going to be a really cool, fast, amazing, incredible ride. All right. What else?
Well, basically, we want to figure out how we're going to do this. Or do we want to talk a little bit more about?
Yeah, like if we look at, most of us are unclear about our goals. And one of the things that we do, and we see this all the time, and the reason that we're so passionate about this is because me and Sam both struggle with it. And you'll hear us talk about this time and time again in our podcast, because we're passionate about it. It transformed our thinking. It transformed the way we made decisions. It transformed the way we took action. And it was basically starting to do an inventory of our areas in our life. So let's have a look at the areas of our life. Like if you, what's important to me? What do I want to achieve? Ash, Sam, I have no idea. I don't want to have goals. Right? Just think about 10 success areas in your life, and they could be your health. Like, how is your health right now? Right? Your mental and emotional well-being, your partner, your love, even if it's self-love. Right? Family, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it currently? Your friends, your mission, your experiences. Like, what are you experiencing in life right now? Like for January, for us, slate it. Like, slate it. February for us, freaking slate it. I don't know how we're going to up it in March, but we've got a plan in action, right? How is your spirit doing? How is your finance doing? And what is your learning and growth right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you doing the same shit and expecting a different result? Because we did that for years. We were living life by default for years. We were doing 60 to 80 hours a week, and we just kept working and smashing our head against the wall. We thought if we worked harder, fulfillment and finances would come. Bullshit. We just got more frustrated. We got more tired. I got burnt out. I got fatigue. I got resistance about everyone else going out and having a Saturday off or a Sunday off, or just having a day off a week. It was a really challenging time. So if a person is not clear about what specifically they want, they end up living someone else's life and living someone else's dream. And that's what we did, didn't we?
Yep. Because it's all the expectations of, you've been told I guess when you're a child, and when you're like literally a child or a kid, you're constantly being told by your parents, by your teachers, and by everybody that's older than you what to do and what you should be and how you should be. And they kind of plan your life for you. Then there gets a point in life where actually you have to start taking the reins and you're in control of it. You can't rely on mum and dad to make decisions for you anymore. And a lot of people, I don't think, learn that. So we don't actually take responsibility for our lives. We're just so used to somebody else making decisions for us that suddenly when we have to make our own decisions, we don't know how. So we just follow in the footsteps of what we have been taught from young of what life should be, rather than what does it actually mean for you? Yeah, what is it for you? What is it for you? What makes you happy? Not what has made your parents happy that they taught you, which not saying is a bad thing. You need it as a child because you don't really know what you want. So you need someone to guide you.
Yeah.
But it's actually getting to the point where, right, this is actually my life now. I am whatever age I am. I don't need to run my life by default or on somebody else's agenda.
Or live someone else's dream. We didn't even know that. I mean, like, we've always done a job or had businesses that we love. So we've had several businesses, we've loved all of them, we've had fun, we've had connection, we've got to do what we wanted to do every single day. We get to wake up and live our dream every single day. But that came at a price, because we didn't understand why frustration was building and fulfillment was going down. We didn't understand why we were getting fatigued, why we were slogging, going up the hill, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. So we needed to create change around things that we thought were important. And what we realized by doing the training with Brendon Burchard is that actually the areas of our life that we were focused on was actually creating frustration. So we were focused more on finances. We were focused more on hard work. What is this spirit you talk about? What is this family that you talk about? What is this relationship and experiences that you talk about? Like, they were not happening. They were not happening in our life. And now we prioritize them. And a lot of people don't understand or have never been shown or never been taught that you can have goals that light your heart up. You need to have goals that suit mum and dad, suit the coaches, suit your sister, suit the family. No. What do you want? What does Ursh want? What does Sam want? Because when you align with your goals about what's really important, you will feel lit up. And we'll get into that a little bit deeper. So if we think about the 3 I's, let's jump into, let's look at the 3. How do we do this, right? So how do we set a goal, and how do we make sure, what is our 3 steps that we're going to chat about today? So this is where you may want a pen or a piece of paper, but it's the I. So number 1 is inventory. Number 2 is identify. And number 3 is implement. Implement. So number 1, let's look at your inventory. And we briefly discussed it. Why does taking an inventory matter? Because it fucking does. Like, I say that ruthlessly and violently because I didn't know that it mattered. It mattered because I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't even know there were these success areas. I was measuring my success on whether we could keep the business alive. And that had an impact on every relationship. It had an impact on our family. We didn't see our family for years. We were invited to things and we would just have to say no because we would have to work. We worked our body, brain to the ground. So when we learned about this inventory and there were these other areas that you could measure, the success inventory is what I call it, right? I finally figured out what starts to light me up. And I felt guilty about it. It's like, oh, we haven't seen our family for years. What is this? This is crazy. And when you think about life is for living. Life is for living. is it any wonder we weren't feeling like? Is it any wonder our health was starting to be compromised? Is it any wonder that we felt like we were in Groundhog Day? Don't get me wrong. We've loved every minute in our business, and that's why we've had our business. We love the connection. We love the community. What we didn't love was the hard slog. We didn't love that. So we
didn't create the balance.
We didn't create that. We didn't even know there was a thing called balance. Like everyone says that when you get into business, you are just going to have to crush it. You're going to have to slay it. You're going to have to work harder than anyone else. And that's what we did.
And you hear from our parents, like, the first 5 years are the most important. If you can get through the first 5 years, you just work your ass off. You just put your head down, bum up, and just go. And once you make your first 5 years, then you can relax. But then you're so in that routine of working your ass off for 5 years. What's this thing called relax? Like, that doesn't even cross your mind.
Relax doesn't happen when the rent goes up.
No. And there's the next challenge. And if you're in business or have your own business, you know that there's never a moment when it's actually everything's just cruising, because there's always something. And when things do seem to be cruising, you sit there and you go, oh, something's going to go wrong. Something's got to happen. And then you preempt it, and then you make it happen because you're not comfortable with things going well. And because you don't have balance, you don't have something to leverage or lever your life into more
equilibrium. We're in fight or flight. Yeah, we're in fight or flight or freeze. And that's what happens. And that's where we see a lot of our clients, is they're constantly in fight, flight, or freeze. They're just going through the motions and doing everything humanly possible just to survive. They're just existing. They're in survival mode. So when you do an inventory and when you start actually putting a number next to those success areas, and you do that on a regular basis, you start to train your brain and condition your thinking. That's the direction I want to go in. Because before, there's this big world, and you would just grab a dart and throw it and hope that it's going to land somewhere. Whereas this makes you more intentional. So when you think about what you focus on, you attract, right? What you focus on, you attract. And I love that quote, because we were not focused on the things that mattered. We were not focused on it. We did the hard yards. Don't be Urshan Sam, right? So when you do your inventory, suss out what your numbers are. What are you not happy with? No judgment, people. Don't come in there and bully yourself and tell yourself you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you've only got this and you've done that. Woo! Back up the bus. You didn't even know what you didn't know. Sit back, celebrate you for doing your numbers and doing your inventory. How often should you do it? Every month. Every month. And we do this every month with our Crush program, and I'll explain a little bit about that at the end of this podcast today for anyone that wants to jump on board. So if anyone's feeling overwhelmed or they're feeling stuck at the moment and they need that accountability, stay on to the end. Number 2 is identify, right? It's the second I. Why does that matter? Because you need to identify what is important to you. Because what was important to Sam and what was important to me was the same. It was the same. Now, that doesn't often happen because we are unique, we are special, and we're very different. So even if your partner or your significant other doesn't have the same numbers as you, it doesn't mean doom and gloom. It just means that you have different things that light you up. And once you identify what's important to you, you get to change the direction, change the trajectory of your life, and move into and more towards fulfillment instead of frustration. Because when you are stuck in shit, it is not pleasant. You feel me?
100%.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. Like sometimes when, like life's just not the way it should be, right? And you feel like you're wasting your life. You feel like you're just living in Groundhog Day, and life is shit. And you say that, oh, how are you doing? Oh, it's so hard. Oh, how's everything? Oh, it's a challenge. Or
this just happened.
Or you constantly saying, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Oh, just so tired. If you're feeling tired all the time, you need to identify what's missing, because something in your life is missing. And that's why it's so important that you do this inventory every single month, because you've got to identify what's missing in your life so that you can bring that into life and you won't be so tired. you're tired because you're doing stuff that's not
It's
filling
draining your
cup.
battery. Yeah, you're not filling your cup. You're filling other people's cup. It's not what lights you up. When you can figure out what lights you up and what, fills your cup, what fills your heart, what gets you excited, that's what's important. That's what you identify. And you do more of that. Why? Because you do more of the shit that you love because it lights you up. Can you imagine the energy that you are putting out into the universe, into your business, into your relationship, into your children, when you are doing more of what lights you up? It's a freaking game changer. I promise you, when you know what's important and you know what lights you up and you start doing that, be prepared because life's going to change. All right. Number 3 is implement. Girl, you got to implement, you got to implement, you got to implement. But what I love about this is once you've done your inventory, once you've identified what's really important to you, you can do specific aligned action.
That's pretty cool, right? How easy is that?
Specific. Yes. You don't want to be doing all the stuff that drains your battery. You just do aligned action. It aligns with your values. It aligns with your belief system. It aligns with you lighting yourself up. It aligns with your heart. It aligns with your soul. Whoa. And you might be going, Ish, yeah, that sounds like hogwash. I've got 5 children and I've got a husband that's really demanding and I've got blah, blah, blah. Go back, do the inventory, identify what's important to you, and then schedule it, implement it. What gets scheduled gets done, right? As Brendon Burchard says, if it's not in there, and you say, I haven't got 20 minutes to be, I need to do a meditation. I need to do my gratitudes. I need to do my shopping list. Schedule it, put it in your diary. And you may not have 20 or 30 minutes, right? When we did this, and again, recently with our business coach, when we first did this 8 years ago, I think we did this. Is this? Yeah, we did figure it out, but it's a while ago. Having a day off from work and culling our hours from 60 down to 55 was the most terrifying thing because we just couldn't do it. We couldn't make it happen. We needed to generate so much money to be able to pay the rent at the time that taking a day off, even though we had done our inventory and identified what was important to us, right? We now have a day off. Like it doesn't, and it may not happen like that. It may not happen straight away. But if you start working with intention and you start saying, this is what I want. Like how cool is Robin Banks? He always says, what do you want? What do you want? If you haven't done his Mind Power training, you need to sign up for that because that man is the bomb.com. What do you want? And he helped us realize what is it that we want. So we've done Robin Banks Mind Power. We've done Brendon Burchard. And I'm trying to think of the course that we did. Anyway.
High Performance
Academy. We did that. Those were game changers for us because we didn't know what we didn't know until we did. Now, were we able to make all the changes yesterday? No. Were they a work in progress? Yes. Is that okay? Because can you imagine if we didn't make any changes and there we are right now, right? And we're going to holy shitland. Oh, hold on. They're a shit pile, right? That's where the shit is. And we think, oh, we can't change. It's going to take time. We're going to take change. It's going to take time. So, oh, no, I'm not going to make it. You're going to get to holy shit. You're going to have so much shit stuck on you that you're not going to want to live life, right? If you think over here, beautiful, glamorous life, and you just take one little step, and then you get stuck, and you take one little step, one little step, one little step. The law of momentum. Listen to this. The law of momentum states the direction that your thoughts are proceeding in any area of your life will continue in that direction until something, i.e. you change its trajectory. So imagine if we still would have been in business, not being able to have a day off. grumpy Ursh, grumpy Sam. Members wouldn't be happy, staff wouldn't be happy. We would be really reactive. We wouldn't be able to spend time with our family. We wouldn't be able to travel. We wouldn't be able to do our online Body by Design program. We wouldn't be able to design our forgiveness course. We wouldn't be able to design our crush course. We wouldn't be able to coach couples. We wouldn't be able to coach groups and corporates. Like, imagine if we hadn't have started the journey. So we strongly encourage you, wherever you are right now is exactly where you are meant to be. It's exactly where you're meant to be.
Yep.
And
good or bad.
Yep.
Right. It's exactly where you're supposed to be
right now. And that's okay. So don't beat yourself up, because that's just going to keep you stuck in shit. Right? Just go, hey, I've got this amazing tool. I'm going to start this today. We're moving into March right now, whichever month it is. I'm going to start doing exactly what Ursh said. So just to recap, you want to do the 3 I's. These are your 3 steps, right? Inventory. Focus on what lights you up. Identify it so that you know what's important specifically for you. And then implement specific aligned action with your new goal. Not with someone else's goal, with your goal.
Yeah.
I quite like it.
I think it's perfect. And remember, these goals, like, they're just little monthly goals. You're not aiming, like, try to get away from that New Year's resolution. It's the 1st of January. I'm going to set a goal for the year. Have that in the back of your mind. You might have something you want to achieve, but it's about actually breaking it down, right? So they're actionable, real, tangible, small steps that you can take to start implementing those things that you've identified and having a better life.
It's going to require you to do some work, take some responsibility, put your big girl undies on, and not blame other people for you not living your best life, right? So if you're feeling, overwhelmed and frustrated, and maybe you're stuck in a rut, or maybe you're stuck in your routine, like how we were. We just didn't know what we didn't know. And
we didn't even know we were stuck in our routine.
No,
it was normal. That was life.
That was life. It
and
was
we
like crazy
got to the
life.
point we decided this isn't the life that we wanted. And we took action.
Yeah.
That's what we had. We had to take action to make a change, and we found that change.
Yeah. Or maybe you're finding it challenging to prioritize your goals and make progress towards them. Then I want to encourage you. I just want to share with you. It's a monthly program where we refocus and we reflect every single month for 12 months. We've called the program Crush It 2023. Which we've been running now for a couple of years, and we've actually opened it up to not our private coaching group. So we have a private coaching group that we've been running it with. This is the first time this year that we've opened this up to the public. And it's basically to help provide a community of support and accountability to help other women who want to be in a like-minded community, that need to know that they're on the right path. They also need to boot up the bum. We help them refocus and reset their goals, keep them staying focused on creating their life by design. So every month you'll receive guided reflections and goal-setting exercises that will help give you clarity and direction so that you stay on track, because this is what we wanted and we didn't get it. So we designed the program. And as I said to you, 8 years ago, I designed my own Believe in Yourself journal, and me and Sam used to do it, and then we put our team through it. And now, oh my gosh, look, we have it all in book format. And it's just like, how cool is this? Like, we just get to go through this. You get a whole journal that you can get to print out every month. Like, look at that. It's just got January. And then you get to do all of the questions. Like, you get the journaling prompts. You get to do your inventory. You get to choose your I am statements for the new month, because affirmations are amazing. What you say to yourself, you start to believe. I am tremendously successful. What's one of yours?
What's my favorite one?
Oh gosh, he's got so many.
I've got lots of them.
You can have an I am one.
No, what's my favorite one there? I've forgotten it.
I'm not telling you.
Oh no, this is not fair. There's gonna be a moment.
Okay.
Blank.
That's all right. It's okay, because I threw you under the bus.
Hold on. I'll find it.
Did I steal
Carry
your
on,
one?
carry
I'm
on.
tremendously
No,
successful.
no.
Anyway, we're getting off track, right? You're also, so not only will you get is it called a PDF? The
Yes, you
PDF
get
of
a
the
PDF
book, so
version
you
of the
get
book.
to download the book. It is a big baby, like it's big, right? I made mine FYB 2023, right? You get to print your book. It's got everything in there. You keep everything for 12 months. You do the inventory every single month. Now, if you can't make the live classes, you just get the recorded, and it's not just adjust. It's you get the recorded version, and then you do your home play at home. It'll keep you on track. It'll keep you aligned with what's really important. It will connect you with other like-minded women who also fall off the rails, who also don't have their shit together in all areas of their life. It's about women. It's a support group for women that right now just need a little bit of assistance, a little bit of a nudge. I don't know what's happening. I want to be able to make sure that we've got some pilots that are navigating life right now. And I need the accountability to make sure that I put me on my to-do list. So if that sounds like you, do you think you could add that in the little linky thing?
Yeah.
What's that thingy?
I'll put a contact in the show notes so that if you want to find out more about it, reach out. One of the best things you could do is actually reach out to us.
Yes, send us a message.
Through Messenger. We're on Facebook under the Mind Fitness Mentor. Reach out through our website. There's many areas. You can find us everywhere under the Mind Fitness Mentor.
Because I'm just trying to think, when is the next one? The 5th of March. The 5th of March is when we're doing our crush session. So the 5th
of the month.
And you got the dates all set up. So the 5th of March is when we do our reflect and refocus session, and we sit down and we start looking at that inventory. We grade our inventory. We figure out what's our goals for the month. Then we put a little goals together. What are our little action steps together? It's a lot of fun.
I remember mine.
What's that?
I am brilliant. I am bright.
That's
I'm a radiant being of light. I'm an outstanding peak performer. I'm a dynamic life transformer. I love that one.
Full of shit.
I love that one.
She's full of shit. She's never used it in her life.
But it's my favorite one.
I say it every single morning.
She does.
And guess what?
She's brilliant.
After 2 years, she remembers it. So it stays in her brain. But
I love it. It's the coolest one. It sounds like I'm strong is fine and I'm brilliant is fine. But I love the length of it. It's just beautiful. It's like a rhyme.
So I want you to replay it and watch Sam's energy when she says it. Say it again.
I am brilliant.
Look at that.
I am bright. I'm a radiant being of light. I'm a dynamic. I'm a dynamic. I'm an outstanding. Oh my gosh.
Peak performer.
Thank you. I'm a dynamic life transformer. I need to say it all in one. The stops.
Okay, sorry. I messed you up, didn't I? How good is that? Now, we got that from Robin Banks, and that is something every single day. I walk into the gym and I have it on my headphones and I just say it and I say it and I say it. And Sam's like, I like it, I like it. I was like, you need to start saying it. She's like, oh, it's so long I can never remember it.
I am brilliant. I am bright. I'm a radiant being of light. Oh,
I'm an outstanding
peak performer. I'm a dynamic life transformer. It's awesome. It makes you smile. You can't say it in a shitty mood. You can't go, I'm brilliant. I'm bright. I'm a radiant being of light. I'm an outstanding peak performer. I'm a dynamic life transformer. Like that was really hard to say it like that. So your I am statements, they have to be fun and exciting.
I love the fact that she's like, I could never remember it. And now look, she's just yelled it out. She's living it. She's breathing it. So there we go. Don't forget our 3 I's today. What are they? Number 1. Inventory. Number 2.
Identify.
And number 3.
Implement.
You know it. The 3 steps so that you can create your life by design instead of living life by default. And if you want to jump onto our Crush It program where you get to hang out with us once a month so that we can sit back and do a reflect and a refocus session in a cool room with crazy, amazing other ladies that are on the same mission as you, send us a PM and let's get you sorted before March. Let's just get it happening. All right, everybody, until next week, don't forget to go out there and sprinkle some magic on someone because you don't know who needs that right now. See everybody. If you loved this episode today, like if you loved it, even if you just liked it a little bit, that would help. We would love to ask you a huge favor. can you please, 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 a million times, please,
Subscribe
to our channel.
push the button below. Just push it now before you forget.
Just
push it.
You can do it.
Because not only will you never miss an episode
Never.
ever again,
Never.
you'll always be there, but then you'll also help other people find us, because the more people that watch us, the more people that will get our message, and then more people will be part of our podcast. Wouldn't that be awesome?
And we can't not see you and hear you every week, can we? We just can't. So just do it. Just do it.
Just push the button.
Eat the frog. Do it now.
It's right down there.
Go do it for us. That'll be like the best present you could ever give us. Thank you.
Bye.